Young Miami wants to switch up her accent so she won't sound illiterate. What a freaking great thing to do. She can hire a speech therapist, and good on her. Who wouldn't want to upgrade themselves on all levels? Not just jury. Not just jury.
Peace. Talking black is not a speech impediment. And some of y'all are having a devil of a time, no pun intended, spotting the implicit anti-blackness in the presumption that certain black speech features are speech impediments. So I'm gonna do y'all a solid and help you out real quick. If a person has a fat, lazy tongue, or they're having trouble enunciating certain consonants hard, maybe even issues with non-roticity, those things alone are not evidence of a speech impediment because there are many things that factor into why we enunciate the way that we do. And as it pertains to English, outside language influences is a big part of that. It may seem to the casual listener's ear that if someone is pronouncing their J as a Y, or their R as an L, or not pronouncing the H at all, that person may have a so-called speech impediment. Except that those pronunciations are common in Spanish, Japanese, and French. So if those languages are influencing the way that you speak English, the trouble that they're having articulating in English is not a disability. But the real trouble for African Americans in particular is the idea that African Americans do not have any other language influences. Therefore, we can only speak so-called standard English or broken English. And there's no such thing as the latter. So Black English-speaking African Americans would not get the same consideration as an English as a second language speaker. Moreover, our articulation issues are often equated to a lack of intelligence. Nothing could be further from the truth. Myriad languages influence the African American Black English, and vice versa, which is why it is very important to leave these diagnoses to the professionals. You simply cannot make a snap judgment as to whether or not someone has a phonological processing disorder or an articulation disorder, aka speech impediment. Y'all got me wearing these air quotes out today. And even when one is an SLP, it is important for an SLP to be culturally competent, to be able to discern the difference between a flaw that needs to be corrected and a feature that can and should be accepted. And while I'm applying it to African Americans, it's not relegated to African Americans. The percentage of all the world's languages that pronounce the TH as it is heard in the English language is only 8%. Does that make ting in the Caribbean or thing in certain parts of the UK a speech impediment? And if you think so, the real speech impediment here is linguistic imperialism. Unpack that, unburden yourself, and be unbothered. We out ya.